Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's Wednesday. When did that happen? I want to introduce Miss Gladys Diaz that you can all see on screen with me. And as you know, this is really special because it's Wednesday evening, and usually I'm a Monday morning kind of girl. However, I got invited by Gladys to have this conversation. And I just told her, and I'll be completely vulnerable with all of you. I have no idea what she's going to ask me, where this conversation is going to take us. I believe in the work that she does. She has her twin sister, so they're the love twins, have coached me on relationships. I've been to their events. We are absolutely just big hearts for each other. We completely believe in each other's work. We've been known to be texting in the middle of the night in support of each other right before a major event. And so I wanted to just invite Gladys on and share with you. She told me, how about we do a little interview? And I was like, great. But we haven't had a chance for me to kind of get prepared as to where this is gonna go. So you're all in for a treat. Welcome, welcome. Oh, hey, Sarah.
I'm like,
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love it. So Gladys, I do have to tell you that,
hello.
I posted, let's talk about your love life. And all the women are like, the big eye emoji. They're just responding with like the really big eyes, like, yes, let's talk about my love life. So my dear, welcome. Welcome. And Gladys and her sister Michelle are the founders of Heart's Desire International. I didn't want to get my tongue tied. Heart's Desire International. And once a year, or maybe twice at this point, they put on a major event called Irresistible Women Live. So if you're feeling a little irresistible, you want to keep listening. And like I said, they've been my coach. I see a lot of you join now. They've been my coach. And tonight we're going to have a conversation about love and success and being a woman who's going after her dreams. And whether you're married or single, ultimately, if you're like me, you believe in abundance of all things. And I absolutely believe that love is a part of abundance. So Miss Gladys, take it away.
Thank you. And just so that we can all breathe, it's not so much an interview as a conversation. I mean, I'm so grateful. I was trying to do the math in my head. I think we're going on 6 years of friendship, which is, we've made it further than some marriages.
Oh my God. True.
So, as a love and relationship coach, I gotta say that is true. So I just want to say thank you for being a yes, even without knowing. And this is where we see, the kind of leader that you are, the kind of woman that you are, because what you were committed to was being there for your friend and being of service to your audience. I don't take any of that lightly at all. And I'm just really, really grateful that we get a chance to have this conversation. So that's all it is a conversation. And the reason that I specifically reached out to you, well, first of all, you reached out to me and said, how can I support you? How, is there anything that I can do? And I said, you know what, let's talk, because of those big emoji eyes, because people are like, what? And people might be
about love.
People might be asking, what does love have to do with it? And I believe 100%, just like you, it is directly correlated. In our heads, we say, oh, this is what I believe about money, but this is what I believe about love, or this is what I believe about money, but this is what I believe about my health. And when it comes to manifesting, which I know is one of the things that you're masterful at teaching, and we were just talking like in the few minutes that we had before, you teach it in the context of manifesting money, abundance, and a successful business. And we teach it in terms of manifesting it in creating the life and the love that your heart desires. And in that life that your heart desires, it includes all of the other abundance. So going to what you know, right? We'll start with what you know and what I know, obviously. When we say it's the same thing, I honestly think there's people who think that it's not. So and then I'll share a little bit about what I see. What are the things that you absolutely see are directly related that people, when we're having conversations, like I coach business too, and people are not charging what they're worth. They're not pricing their packages, their services, their time in a way that is actually going to lead to abundance. What is it that you tell them? And then I'm going to take that. We're going to play a game. And then I'm going to take that and show how it's the same thing when it comes to love and relationships.
Yeah. So there's a quote that I've heard you say. We were both on a call together, and I'm hoping you'll say it. So I don't want to steal your thunder because it's so good. A line in response to this. What I will say is, in 7.5 years, I've taught people, our clients have manifested well over $47.5 million. And one little thing I see is some people like take the information, run with it, and manifest quickly. Others trickle along. And I've been really curious about, why is that? What is the difference? Same information, same opportunity, same everything. And through a relationship experience of my own, I came to realize that it really came down to what you believe you deserve, right? And what you believe you deserve, period. And so I kind of have a wheel that I have people look at, like, look at your reality in the areas of relationship, health, money, love, all of it, your career, and you'll see really a thread, that follows you. And so at the end of the day, you can't believe, oh, I deserve the most romantic, amazing, wonderful guy, but I'm over here not charging for my services, like that's not how it works. You're saying you believe that you deserve that kind of relationship, but in other areas of your life, you kind of get to see the real truth for yourself of what you really think you deserve. So.
And it all starts with that, because the quote, I think the one that you're referring to is, when I say your net worth will never exceed your self-worth. It just won't. And because we both work with high-powered, driven women who on the outside appear confident, and it's okay, because they feel confident in their careers many times, right, because they have a little bit more control there.
Right.
But when we go inside, if you really, it doesn't matter what you're saying, and even what you're let's just call it what it is, right? Pretending.
Mm-hmm.
If inside you truly don't believe that you can have it, mm-hmm, that it is a given, like 100%, I said this to you right before we started, unshakable, unwavering belief that I can have it, whether it is money, whether it is love, whether it is health, in spite of what the doctors are saying. If I don't truly believe that it is a given, then I don't believe that I deserve it, period. Because what would be the reason that I would be the one person designated in the world out of all the 7.5 billion people to not have everything that I want and desire? Yeah, exactly. Crickets, right? Cricket. Why would you be the one that doesn't get to have it? And the only thing that could have that occur, like it's the truth, is if somewhere in your subconscious you don't believe that you deserve it. Now, with strong women, they tend to not want to show that there's a weakness, and it's not a weakness, it's just a belief. There's nothing broken, there's nothing wrong with you, there's nothing to fix. It's just what you're believing isn't working for you. Right. And even if you're successful, and I want to say this because I know that your audience is focused in this context, right? In manifesting money, usually through their business. Right. If you have a belief, whether you are aware of it or not, that it is not going to happen for you, even if you think, I know I could be successful. I hear this, oh my God, if I had $1 for, I could retire. If I had $1 for every time I hear a woman say, right now I need to focus on my business. I don't have time, or I can't focus on my love life. And I say this to them, and Tasha, I swear, if people could punch me, I know they would, right? They would punch you. I've been one of those women. When I tell them that is a scarcity conversation, and they want to argue with me, and nobody's going to win that argument, because anytime that you think I can either have this or that, you are in scarcity because you believe you can't have both. So whether you say it with your mouth, your mind knows. And when it comes to words and thoughts or your beliefs, if we had them on a scale, your beliefs will always win over your thoughts and your words, because that's what you believe is true. And it becomes your truth, even though it's not the truth. It becomes your truth, and it becomes the filter through which you operate. So even if you're experiencing success in your business, I want you to know that if you have that belief that it's either this or that, you're only experiencing a fraction of the success that you could be experiencing, as long as that belief is operating in the background.
Okay, so I am like, all my triggers are coming up. I'm like, I remember the exact moment I came to the realization that I was choosing, right? That I was in a belief pattern that it was either love or success. I remember clear as day. So actually, for everyone watching, I want to give you the gift of making yourself see, you type, I can have love and success. Like, let that be my gift from this conversation with Gladys to you, because I had to literally write it out first to see it in black and white and go, okay, breathe, Tasha. Like, right? Yes, that's, I mean, and there, everyone's like loving your net worth will never exceed your self-worth. Yeah.
It won't. You'll try strategies. You'll try, you'll try swipe files. You'll try funnels. I'm trying to think of all the things that in our world. You'll go to courses and work with coaches and read books and watch videos. And what's in the background is, I don't deserve it because I don't believe it. If you don't believe it could happen for you, if you really do believe that you can't create it. And then I'll have the women who argue, well, I believe I can. Are your actions aligned? Anything that's out of alignment. So even if you're saying, and this is why when it comes to affirmations, I'm always careful, because I know people have beliefs about affirmations. Anything that I say from this moment on, I believe in affirmations. I don't believe in affirmations on top of limiting beliefs. I don't believe in affirmations on top of unhealed past that you're trying to cover up with an affirmation, because even though if you say it enough, there is a chance that you'll start to believe it. If the core belief that you're not even aware of, it's not called the I sort of kind of see you spot, it's called the blind spot for a reason. You don't see it. Right? So if that belief is operating, like, remember the Wizard of Oz, everybody thought it was this like, huge being. And when they pulled back the curtains, is this little person. And that is our subconscious.
Right.
Saying all these things that sometimes sound so loud, you can't even hear a message like this. Like some people are resisting it so much, they are probably shutting down. Some people, the people who are here at least are better than the people who already clicked off. But but the resistance is high only because this is the only reason, ladies. If you felt some sort of trigger, some sort of something, I always say, if it's triggering you, good, because if you're not feeling anything, you're not alive. If it's not triggering you in some way, that means it's not resonating. That means nothing is being pulled forward. So if you're triggered, good. I've done my job. I'm just kidding. But
if you're triggered, she's done her job.
But if you think about it like that, right? Like the Wizard of Oz, this little thing that in someone's mind is this huge big voice, drowns out possibility, drowns out, the truth, a new truth that you could create on the spot. You created the other lie that you call the truth on the spot. You can create another one. If that voice is so loud, it doesn't matter how many times you affirm something, like you write down, I am a money magnet, I am deserving of wealth, whatever your affirmations are, if you say them out loud, on top of a limiting belief, and the only reason that's limiting is because it limits what you believe is possible for you. It's like trying to put a carpet over a gaping hole in the floor. No one's going to see it, but someone's going down. Someone's going to step on that spot, and the couch and the table and everything is going down with you. So just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's not there. So we have to break through the limiting beliefs first. And it is partly mindset, but it even goes deeper than mindset. You know what we teach, to the heart set.
Yeah.
And then you can bring in the skill set. Then the funnels start to work. Then the swipe files start to work. Then your emails start getting responded to. Then your phone starts ringing. But if it's not happening in business or in love or in any other place that you're not experiencing the level of success that you want, really seriously consider, I hope you can hear me, that there is a belief that even if you've done a lot of work, if you're like Tasha and me, you've gone to the courses, you do the work, it doesn't invalidate the work you've done. It just means there's still a little more work to do. That's all.
Right. 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 Ah, well, I see lots of friends joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on. It looks like we have a nice little spam thing going on here. I don't know where that's coming from. It says quantum generator, but anyway. Those of you that are real people and you're here, Tanya, Alan, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's such a bummer. I wonder how we get rid of that. Let me see if I can put the user in timeout.
Yeah, go, yeah, absolutely. Because it's see, that honestly, can I just speak truth? That is scarcity. When you have to come in and spam somebody else's work, right? Something that somebody else has put together. There's a belief that I have to get. Oh, this is God right here. The taking, the getting versus the giving. Because when we're in scarcity, that's what we're focused on, getting.
Yeah.
The moment we shift into, and it's not giving and overgiving, again, going back to, the person who doesn't have the self-worth, it's giving from a place of service and coming to something like this to listen to the conversation and contribute. Look, we are both coaches. We both have businesses. There is absolutely no reason for Tasha Chen to be supporting us in an event that we're doing about love and relationships, except because she believes, and I believe, there's enough for all. There's enough for all.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when you come from that place, you're manifesting. It doesn't mean that, look, I'll be honest, it doesn't mean that when people reach out to me, I'm like, oh, that's during my launch.
Right. Yeah, we've had that happen.
It's not a good time, right? But if I can, I will, maybe I'll say I can't mail my list, but I can do some social media promotion. I'm actually going to send it privately to 3 people that I know have told me they need this. When you come from that place, why wouldn't you be open to receiving even more?
Right. Yeah. So, Gladys, one of the things that I obviously, like I said, when we in our program, it is manifesting, and the big emphasis is around money, right? And that form of abundance. And I serve mostly women. And one of the things that we do is we set intentions in 4 areas, right? So we actually set intentions in the area of relationships. And it's kind of interesting because sometimes we'll get to the end of the first level and everybody comes in because they want money. And then we'll get to the end of the first level and some people will, like, their relationships have improved or they manifested a guy. And it's one of my favorite forms of manifestation because I'll go, well, what about the money? And they're like, okay. Like, I'm so happy, I'm in love, and it's always just so fun for me to see, one, how the universe knows best, like what your heart needs first, like the sequencing of things. But there's just no denying that love is absolutely a form of abundance, and I love what you said, like, to think that you have to choose is given into a scarcity mindset, right? We can absolutely have it all. Enough for all. I love it. Yes. So where else would you like to take us on this conversation, my friend?
So one of the things I was just thinking is, because when you said that, that you see people having like this breakthrough where they manifest love, and on our end, it's the same thing. People come with, some women are ready and some women are not. And some people are very honest with us and they're like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship, but I am ready to transform the relationship that I have with myself, because I can hear that there's beliefs, there's doubts, there's patterns that are sabotaging me. Like one of them, for example, to make it relevant to your community, there's a lot of women where we're working with women, even the most feminine women, to be, when you're in your business, you do have to tap into some of your masculine energy. The getting, and I'm not from the 1920s, but the getting things done, the meeting the bottom line. There's a certain type of doing energy which we categorize as masculine.
Right.
Now you bring those skills, and this was one of our first. I think this is like when I'm remembering the day we became friends. was at a speaking engagement, and oh my God, look, I just have chills because I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this part of the story because I think it's so important. This is what manifesting is. Okay, so when you're in that energy of masculinity, you're usually driving things, controlling things. When you're the CEO, there's certain things that the buck stops here. So I have to have that mindset. And I might even be delegating, but even when I'm delegating, I'm telling people what I need them to do. Right.
Yeah.
When you take those same skills and now you go on a date and you are telling him what to do, driving the conversation, pursuing the lead, let's say like the guy's the lead, right? Following up with the lead. You're in your masculine. You're in your masculine energy. Now, here's the thing. You might get results, just like the person who's a little bit inauthentic, is not 100% in integrity, might still make money.
Right.
But as a woman, that you don't want to be CEO in your business and CEO in your relationship. Most women want to be with what we call a high quality man. We're not judging men as high or low quality. What we're saying is a man who is decisive, who is confident, and who is not leading me, because I don't need to be a follower, but it's my partner.
Right.
Lately, the image that I keep getting, Tasha, is this. Like, there's someone there that I can lean back, and sometimes I can just fall back. In those moments, because we all have the bathroom floor moments, right? To know that there is someone there. Let me tell you, there are, especially, you have your event in January, so the space that I'm in.
Yeah.
And really knowing that there's women that I'm not reaching, which is why, we're even doing this, because they haven't heard about it. And I'm just picturing 200 women. I know I don't know them all. Somebody knows them. Somebody knows the woman who's really saying, you know what? I may not be ready for a relationship right now, but I'm ready to create a shift that makes me ready to love again, that opens me up to love again. So that's who I'm thinking of. And there are days when I'm focused on my masculine, on the numbers, on the money that's going out to promote this, on all the things that have to be ordered and shipped. And we've never had to do that before because we've always given you your gifts in person. Now we have to make sure they get to you on time, which means we don't get your order by Tuesday. You don't get it. And when we're doing the fun activity in the event, you're like, where's my box? And the whole chat is, where's my box? Right. So all this stuff. And I can get in my head, and then learning, the technology that goes with doing a 3-day event virtually, which we've never had to do. And I have had my moments. My strength, my own strength is here. And sometimes it's not enough. So I always go to God, and then I have Rick. Knowing I'll be there at 2:00 in the morning, trying to figure out why this freaking link is not zapping to Zapier and all that stuff. And who's there beside me, problem solving it, is my husband, who the only reason he ever even learned how to do websites was to support me in my business. He did not have to do that. He was a banker. And he saw me crying one day. I mean, these are happy tears. He saw me crying one day because my coach was saying, what was she saying? Lead pages. And back then it was Skype. And I was like crying in a restaurant because I had her in my ears. And I was like, I am going to fail. I don't know what she's talking about. It sounds like Japanese. I'm just like crying in this restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, I'll figure it out. And he learned how to do it. Now he has a website business. He does graphic design.
Oh
but
my God.
that came only because he wanted to be there for me. I cannot put a price tag on that. I can't even in words communicate what it feels like to go like this and know that he has my back. Whether it's in technology, whether it's just I'm in one of my swirls, right? And he's like, I know you'll figure it out. You always do. I need to hear that. I need to hear that.
And can we have a truth moment here? Because when we're amongst our peers, right, we like you said, we go to similar events. We're around a lot of successful women. You know, I have a community full of really strong, successful women. And sometimes I wish we could go on retreat and just kind of like take the makeup off, sit in our PJs and just like tell the truth. And the truth is that we were created to be supported in that way. And whatever it is, life, society, culture, time, whatever it is, and like we're so like, let's take care of business, that sometimes I feel like for many of us, we've almost given up on the desire for that. We've like glossed over it to survive. So like I feel that when you say some women are like, I'm not ready for love, and I'm like, is it that I'm not ready for love? Or is it, like I either don't believe in it anymore, or I don't want to admit that I really want that kind of support. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like if we could just have that real conversation. Gladys, when you said that just now about Rick, I'm in tears. I have an amazing business, an amazing team. I may not have many of those moments, but my God, tonight I just want to go sit with my back on my guy's chest and be like, let me tell you about this Facebook Live I just did. Who doesn't want that? When we're keeping it real, who doesn't want that?
Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's when you said, is it, when women say, I don't have time for that, or I'm not ready, what's really there, if we're going to have the real talk, is what we started this conversation with, is I don't believe that I can have it, because if you knew without a shadow of a doubt that it was a given, you would figure it out, just like you do for your business, just like you've done for anything else that's important to you. But we don't tell ourselves, oh my gosh, how I would love to be able today to lean back on the chest of the man that I love. Because when we tell ourselves that, we have to be real when we don't have it in our lives. And look, I'm not even talking about just single women. There are married women who can't do this today because they don't feel supported by their partners. And so if we're going to be honest with ourselves, it's not that I don't want it. And it's definitely not that you need it. You don't need it.
Right.
But when you're going back to the integrity and the alignment, if you know our company's name is Heart's Desire. If you know that one of your heart's desires, and you don't just have to have one, you can have however many you want, talking about abundance. But if you know that one of your heart's desires is to share your life, share your success, share those difficult moments, just share with a partner that is a partner. And that means there's not like the lopsided relationships that a lot of driven women are in, because you're giving and giving and giving, and then you feel like you're not receiving anything. A real partner who will support you, encourage you, champion you, and your dreams. You need to be honest with yourself that that's something that you want. And what's at the bottom of the cynicism, of the frustration, of the resignation around love and relationships is that underneath it all, you do not believe that it can happen for you. And if that's something that you want to transform, you know my story. Mine was, I'm never going to love again, because my first husband had died. And I really felt when he died, like part of me died. It was just 22 years, 2 weeks ago was the anniversary of that. And I kept saying, I'm never going to be loved again. I can't believe I'm never going to love again. I can't believe. And I would say that, and I believed it, Tasha. I wasn't relating to it like it was a limiting belief, because in that moment, it wasn't a limiting belief. It was what I believed was true.
Right.
And until the day that I heard myself say it, like I actually heard myself saying it to somebody. And then I did the heart work, which is the work that we teach, and we're going to be teaching at the event we're going to let you all know about in just a little bit. Until I did that heart work, I didn't see, because I asked myself, first I asked myself, what the hell did you just say? Then I asked myself, why? What would have you say that? And what my real truth, my real talk with myself was, I was terrified that that was the one and only person that would ever love me. And now he's gone, he died. And for the rest of my life, I have to be alone. Because I am not, and it wasn't the alone part that scared me. It was because I am not going to love like that again and experience this level of pain again. I'm not. When I saw that, I have chills everywhere. I just got like this of chills. When I saw that, oh, I'm just afraid. And I did the work to get under that fear, because I tell people all the time, the Titanic, it was not the iceberg that they saw coming that destroyed the Titanic. They were avoiding that one. What ripped that ship apart was the layers of ice under the water they didn't see. And that's the blind spots. That's what tore that ship apart. They were avoiding. They thought they were actually going to avoid the iceberg, but it was the stuff underneath. So when you break through that, you do the work to break through that, then all of a sudden something became possible for me. And within 4 months, after saying that I was going to be alone for the rest of my life, had set off to that at 7, I meet the man of my dreams. And now 21 years later, we're still together. That would have been 21 years of me cheating myself out of not only him, but my 2 boys and the life that we've created together. So that's the impact that one limiting belief, and I'm sorry, ladies, but we have more than one, that one limiting belief can make. And if it was impacting me there, it was impacting me in my other areas of my life. I know it was. The fear of losing is what has us not reach out to the prospect. I don't want to be rejected. It's showing up in love too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, at this point, and I'll never forget, you were going to say there was something about when we first met that was manifesting, but you never told the story.
Yes. So remember when we were in the speaking training?
Yeah.
And I talked about, if you are a successful woman and you're tired of wasting your time and you're ready to have a breakthrough, to finally see what's been in the way between you and having the love that you want. If you want to know the steps to take to actually manifest and create the relationship of your dreams, there's an event called the Irresistible Woman Live event. I said the price, and I said, just meet me in the back of the room. Now, what our viewers don't know is that event did not exist. We were given a homework assignment, and we were told, if you don't have something to sell, make something up. And that's what I made up. I made up this event for successful women who finally wanted to have success in their love lives too.
And guess who was the first at the back of the room with my credit card? Me.
Tasha and like 6 other people run to the back, and we had lunch together. So I'm like, how cute. Like, they're like playing along with me, right? Because I'm like, move to the back table. So there's 6 women run to the back table. So I'm like on camera, by the way, because they're filming us to give us feedback. And I'm like, oh, great. Just make sure that that you put your business card in the bowl. And they all went like this at the same, like it looked like synchronized swimming. They all like this. These aren't business cards. These are credit cards. I want to go. I have chills everywhere, like even my cheeks right now. And in that moment, this event got created. So you were part of this event from the, I can't even say from the beginning, before the beginning, because it did not exist until the moment that I said a vision that I knew was in my heart for a long time. So it wasn't like made up on the spot. This was something that I had been saying I wanted to do. And I was like, well, we don't have any plans. That was like October. And they were asking questions like, you know, when is it? May? Like, I'm giving like all these fake answers. And they're all in the back of the room with their credit cards. And I made 6 sales that day. I made 6 sales that day into the event. And you were part of that. And so you've been believing in this event since before it was actual, like in space and time, real. And 5 years later, we thought COVID was gonna, we had to move it. It was in May. The world was shut down. And
Right.
then we said, well, maybe we'll do it next year, where it just wasn't aligned with what we know. Women are ready now. They're
Yeah.
ready now. They're not ready for a relationship. They're ready to figure out what's in the way so that I can have the relationship of my dreams. So we're having it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, we'll be having the Irresistible Woman Live. And I thank you for being part of that group of women who made me believe this could work. If I'm making it up on the spot and these women are so enrolled, this could work. And now hundreds of women from around the world have been at this event.
Yeah. So those of you that are watching, there's several reasons why I'm so grateful. Obviously, I feel like a founding member. I got to be part of the very first event. I've been to a couple of the events. I've like dragged friends and family to the event because let me just tell you, when I believe, you don't stand a chance. You're coming with me if I really believe that this is going to help you. And I've just seen what it's done for so many women. And COVID has been a blessing because now we have the opportunity for people from all over the world to come to this event. It's always been a live event here in Fort Lauderdale. And so for all of you that are watching and you're in countries everywhere, you get to go to this event from the comfort of your home. I'm telling you, I am telling you, I teach about manifesting, I know my stuff, and I'm a human being with blind spots. I just am. And you saw me doing this a lot because a lot of what Gladys was saying, I've seen myself do in relationships, right? I have to run a business and then I go over here and I'm dating and I'm like, why are you not responding fast enough? Like, what do you mean you just want to keep texting? When are we going to talk? So all of it. And it's just amazing to be able to be supported in this way. If you're in a marriage that you feel is not a 10 out of 10 for you, I want to encourage you to consider this. If you're single and looking for a relationship, then it's a must. And if you're at the place where you're like, whether you've given up on dating or you're just feeling like I've had those moments, I do not know what else to do. God help me. I don't know what else to do. Then this is a must, right? So what I've done is I've asked my little amazing team member in the background to post as me. And so there's a link here to the event. You'll see register for the event here. We're giving you this special link. Gladys, can you tell them why they want to use this link?
Yes, please use this link, because if you go to the regular website, right now it's a little higher and it's about to go a lot higher. So we want to make sure that you get a special price. This is, Tasha's family. We've talked about our friendship. It's been a beautiful ride. And because she was such a yes, I said, we're going to do something special. And we created a special link. So that's why the end of the link actually says special. Like we're being truthful here. It is not the link that everybody sees. Now, if there's somebody in your life, because this is where abundance comes in, and you want to be generous, yes, you can share the link with that person because you are part of Tasha's community. We're not going to restrict people using it. And as you share why you would invite somebody is exactly what Tasha just said. This is important to me. You're important to me. It's for successful women who want to have breakthroughs in love and the other areas of their life. I thought of you because a lot of times when we invite people to this, it's like, what do you think is wrong with me? Like, there's nothing wrong with you. But when they say successful, committed, and wanting to have a breakthrough in love and other areas of your life, I thought of you because I know those are things that are important to you. And then you bring a friend with you. Guess what you've just created? An automatic, instant accountability buddy. So that you're both practicing the same thing and not you trying to convince your friend that what she's doing is sabotaging her love life, because now you've had these 3 days and you have all this awareness and you're like, you need to stop doing that, right? Right. And now you've got an accountability buddy that gets to come with you and be there with you in the Zoom room. And it's not a 3-day Zoom call. Let me tell you, we're broadcasting from a studio. We are bringing even more energy than we usually do in the live event because we know we need to do that in order for it to translate. So it is 3 days, beginning to end, of information, absolutely, but also inspiration and transformation. If you want to have a transformation in your life, this is the event to come to. We're going to pour ourselves out and leave it all in the studio, nothing held back, so that you can have the life and the love that your heart desires.
I'm thinking of one of the events that I went to, and I have to share this with everyone. I just want to say, make sure you see the link. Listen, if you're watching this later or you don't see the link, please message me. I'll be so happy to send it to you. We're also, if you're on my email list, we're sending out an email right as soon as this call ends. And it's going to have this special link in the email. So you're going to get it anyway. But if you need it and you haven't seen it, just message me. I'll be happy to send it to you. So I was at one of these events one year. And let me just tell you, this is not a sit and listen event. It's not. You're literally going to end at the end of the 3 days. And this is what happened. One woman went up on stage, and it was a moment where she was sharing, about her marriage and what was going on. And she got some coaching, and I want to cry. She went home that night. The next day, she came back and it called everyone up, do anybody want to share what happened last night? I'm telling you the truth. I don't want to say swear to God, but I'm telling you, I could not believe that someone could physically look different from an internal transformation within 24 hours. Do you remember Phyllis? This was Phyllis talking about. Yeah. I have never, this was 4 or 5 years ago. I've not forgotten. I mean, my mouth dropped, and I mean, what happened in her relationship overnight? Like the next morning, the husband was walking her to the car, bringing her stuff.
Both put on their wedding rings. Remember,
they had on her wedding ring. Like, I am telling you, like, it's. Are you ready for it? Because it's gonna happen. I'm just telling you.
And you know what I just thought of? 2 of the women, because I want to let you know who your coach is, because she's not going to talk about herself like this. The generosity of this woman. She brought 2 friends. One from were they both from Jamaica? I know at least one was from Jamaica.
Yes, right? They were both from Jamaica.
They both came from Jamaica. I'll never forget. One of them was in a marriage that for 10 years she had been punishing her husband for something that had happened. And all I said, I think it was a 10-minute group coaching conversation, I'm like in the room right now. And I said, who are you really punishing? And she got it. Obviously, we had gone back. I said, who's really being punished here? Mm-hmm. That marriage transformed. At least, from the last time, she's like, I don't even know like what kind of voodoo magic. And then the other friend is now in a very beautiful, very happy, very loving relationship. She's still working with us. She's still part of our community. And I'm like, that's what abundance looks like. It wasn't enough for you, that you didn't just want to have the information for you. You wanted to share the love. That's why we call our contest Share the Love Contest. And 2 women's lives changed.
Yeah.
2 women's lives. And then all the transformations that you've had, all the breakthroughs. Dating is fun. What? I'll never forget, I was in Ross and you're like, I'm having so much fun. I'm like, I'm calling her right now.
So I sent Gladys a message at the start of the year. I was like, oh my God, you're right. Like you said, there are quality men out there, and you said they will pursue me. And you said, and I'm like, this one is flying in from California to take me to dinner. Like, what?
I was like, I'll never forget. I'm in the middle of Ross and I'm like, oh, I'm putting on my earbuds. We're having this conversation. It's like 8 something at night. Like, I know you're an early bird. Like, we're having this conversation. And you just were lit up because you were finally having fun. And that's why I was saying before, if you're not having fun, if you're dreading it, if you're jaded, it's only because you haven't been having success. Once you start having success in love, it is fun. Once you start having success in dating, it is fun. And that's what you get to create. 3 days with us. I promise you, you will have your internal transformation. Don't be surprised if you have your physical transformation, because when you break free and you release the stuff that's been holding you down and holding you back, your body thanks you. Your body thanks you. I mean, people have been healed from diseases. It's just incredible. I just thank God for having his hand on this. I always give credit where it is due. So thanks to God and thanks to you, Tasha, for the people who believe in this so much, because you've experienced it, but there's others who haven't. And there was no other reason for you to say yes than accept your love for us and your belief in what we do. So I just
and I think it's, it's the golden rule, right? What I want for myself, I want for others. And I know that there's so many women who are really struggling with this, and this event could help them. So the dates, Gladys, what are the dates?
October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Take the day off. If Oprah was inviting you to lunch, you'd figure it out. Come Friday. And so it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all day. There is a VIP upgrade on the, there's an opportunity to upgrade to VIP. And I would expect everybody in your community knows you're always going to go for the VIP.
They're a VIP. They all know they're VIPs.
And yeah, so in two weeks and 1 day, and the whole rest of your life will be it'll never be the same. So
someone's asking about times. So we're in Eastern time.
Right. We starting a little bit later in the day so that our West Coast, because this is an international event. So all the women who used to fly from Israel and Spain and England, we're still trying to be considerate. So it's going to start all 3 days. It starts at 11 a.m. And then it ends at different times, depending. If you're a VIP, we have a special event Saturday, the second day, in the evening. You get to meet our husbands and ask them any questions that you want. You've been at that. It's probably
so good.
When we look at the evaluations, like, really, we spent 3 days with them. Our husbands are there for an hour and a half, and they get the highest, the highest rating. But you get to hear from a male perspective, and it's really, really powerful. And so, approximately 11 to 6 every day. Saturday's a little bit longer.
Okay. All right. 23rd, 24th, 25th of October, Irresistible Women Live. Link in the comments, or we're going to post it, or we're going to send out an email to our list, and I'll do also a post in the Facebook group, so you guys have the link as well. Please go and message me and let me know how it went for you. Gladys, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you most of all for being a part of my journey. Gosh, you were there at some tough times, but I am so grateful to you and really grateful for all those that you get to serve, from them watching this live. So thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you, girl. I love you. Thank you so much. And ladies, I can't wait to share 3 powerful days with you. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, it is.
So much love.
Mwah. Bye, everyone. Have a great night. Bye, Gladys. Have a great night.
Thank you. Bye.